morning. We're live now.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. on the 7th of August already.
That's so crazy.
Yes. Welcome, everyone, wherever you are. Please let us know in the chat where you're watching from. And
the hashtag is hashtag KMT for a chance to win. What should they win today? They should win a Killed Smutty. Oh, you're lucky. Today you get a Killed Smutty Tribe t-shirt and baseball cap. That's what you're winning today. I've started requesting, though, when you do that and you receive it, I would like to get a picture of you in your gear. And here's Anthony. Here's Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
I have a question, Alia. Someone was asking me yesterday, George, good enough, actually. Where do you go to buy shirts and baseball hats if you wanted to?
KilledHealth.com.
KilledHealth.com. That's where the merchandise is?
Yes.
All right. And hopefully we have in the works at some point, we're going to have Dr. Nelson hat.
Yeah, and it's going to say Killed Health or Dr. Nelson on the back of it?
Probably both, depending on Patrick. When he receives what he ordered, he's going to work on the design. So, we still haven't gone through picking the design. Because there's not as much space. But anyways, good morning, Anthony.
Or evening.
Good evening from Seoul, South Korea. How are you both?
Good. Yeah. I was wondering, I was like, that hotel looks really like snazzy and Japanese or something, but okay, so you're in Korea.
Yes, I'm in Korea. I've got the windows open. It's a beautiful sunset happening right now. 6 a.m. over there, right?
Yeah, 5 a.m. for me, but
yes. 5 a.m. Where are you exactly, Ali?
I'm in Colombia in South America.
Great. Yeah. And Dr. Nelson, where are you?
I'm in Florida.
Amazing.
Boring.
Amazing.
So what time is it where you are? What time is it where you are?
It's local time, 7 p.m. here.
7 p.m.
p.m.
Oh, wow.
It's 7th of August, yeah.
So you're 13 hours ahead of us? Or
yes.
Are you 11 behind?
No, 13 ahead. So it's the 7th of August here.
Okay.
So it is, yeah. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me on board, Alia. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is it Alia or is it Alia?
It's Alia. It's Alia. Thanks for asking. Okay. I usually don't correct people.
Okay. No problems at all.
The last time you were here, was Dr. Kiltz here? Or was it just us?
No, it was Dr. Kiltz as well. And I believe may have, I think there was 4 of us. Yeah, it was Dr. Nelson, yourself, and Dr. Kiltz, yes.
Yeah, I think he's coming. We're not sure. Okay. I just didn't want you to be here twice without him. That would be sad for me. But
I had the pleasure of meeting him in person.
Oh yeah, awesome! At what is it? Carnivore Live, Melbourne.
Yes, in Melbourne. Yeah, it was great. Great to meet him. He's equally energetic in real life as he is on camera. So
yeah, more so in real life.
Yes, it's great.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, is this your main website? Can you see it? Oh, you have to bring it up, Alia.
Oh yes, yeah. The lean, so it's lean7.com.au. Yes.
All right. So lean7.com.au.
Yes, and viewers can also reach out at the Lean7 on Instagram. And also, we have a YouTube account that I've just started about a few months now. So it's basically traveling from country to country and just doing all the meetup carnivore sort of things. So I met Dave Mack in Japan. I'll be meeting Dr. Ankur in India. So I'll be traveling the world, meeting up all the carnivores and just basically just getting a taste of the town that they're in and the meat that they eat. So,
all right. So if you have any questions for Anthony, please put them in the chat. Preceded, if possible, with QQQ. And Anthony, why don't you tell us about what you do? And if you have a story of healing, we would love to hear those as well.
Oh, absolutely. I've got a few stories of healing, but to start with, I've been a personal trainer, certified personal trainer and strength and conditioning coach since 2001. I've been using the ketogenic and carnivore diet from 2009, specializing in body transformation, body composition, or fat loss, predominantly around women and managing hormones. Now, I do work with men in particular, but for women, I think that there's a specialty there because they're a unique bunch of women. So getting to work with women and managing menopause, peri, post menopause. This is the exciting, challenging things that I love to be engaged with. And yes, so I've been doing that for 24 years and recently just retired from one-on-one personal training. It was March this year. I said goodbye to one-on-one, and I'm officially a full-time online trainer now.
Wow.
And I've been doing online training. It's a very, very interesting story. It just happened. I was doing online training part-time. About 2 years ago, I started doing very part-time, and all of a sudden it just overtook my full-time in gym PT. So up to 60,000 gym floor hours. 24 years later, I said goodbye to PT one-on-one, and now I'm traveling the world with all of my online clients, going to different places, meeting different people, and helping everybody along the way.
So you didn't retire. You just switched gears in how
Yes.
you're doing it.
Yeah. So I hung the dumbbells, so to speak. So the gym dumbbells. So I hung them up, and now it's been a blessing because I'm able to reach a higher audience. When you're working one-on-one, a lot of it's very physical and it's very draining for all the personal trainers out there who are listening right now. They will probably sympathize how much energy it takes to be an in-person personal trainer. You've got to be always at your A game. Energy is very contagious. So if you're not at your best, your clients will feel it, or vice versa. So you've got to really bring the best version of yourself. So it's great to be doing it on this side of the laptop now and just setting up programs, nutritional protocols, macros, a community of people. It's a lot different. So it's been a blessing. Yeah.
Very good.
Mhm.
I have a question. I'm gonna dive into the personal training advice you give. So someone
Mhm.
asking this question. Do
Mhm.
you prefer people work out, or you personally prefer working fasted or after having a meal?
Very, very good question. Very good question. I've tried both, and it really comes down to what my clients' primary goals are. If their goal is predominantly for fat loss, then doing a fasted workout, uh, elevating the lipolytic catecholamines, they work a lot better, or actually they work exclusively in a fasted state. So if somebody wants to, let's say, for example, like I prescribe a program which is metabolic in nature, the heart rate goes up, the catecholamines, adrenaline, noradrenaline, they go up. They work optimal in a fasted state. Okay. And the longer they stay in a fasted state, the more these hormones stay in the system. The moment we eat a meal, we antagonize insulin. I call insulin the party pooper hormone because it spoils the fat loss party for everybody. So that's the first one. If their goal is fat loss, I prefer them in a fasted state. If, however, the goal is maximum muscle, I would like my client to have had a meal, particularly if it's a female. So
About how long before doing the session, the exercises?
yeah, and it will depend on the nature of the meal and depend on the level of digestion. So depending on the type of protein they're eating, if it's fast acting, if they choose to go down the path of whey protein, for example, they can be training within 20 minutes. If they're doing, let's say, eggs or steak, an hour and a half. It just really depends on the person, their digestion, the type of food they're eating. Yes, that's basically the way around it. I don't like to train completely fasted for women if the goal is strength and building muscle mass. I do believe there should be some fuel in there.
Thank you. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
There are other questions, Alia. Let's go to
Oh,
those.
good. Oh, great. Yeah. And then if anyone else has questions, please put them in the chat. Anthony's super smart. He knows how to answer questions.
Oh
my gosh.
The pressure's on now.
Sorry. Oh my gosh. Anthony, when will you next attend a meetup in Sydney, or where's ACT? Is that Auckland's? What's ACT?
ACT is short for the Australian Capital Territory, which is Canberra.
Oh, okay.
For us.
Okay.
So our capital city is Canberra. That's a very good question. I believe is Omar. Is it Omar Gosh? Is it Omar?
It looks like oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I feel silly now. Oh my gosh. Just asked the question. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to run it past the lady who put together both Carnivore Live and Carnivore Collective. Her name is Melissa B. The best thing to do is to send her a DM. You look her up on Instagram. Look up Melissa B, B-double-E that is. Send her an Instagram message. She's the one that creates these in Australia, and that's the best bet.
Yeah, she was with me just last week or the week before.
Yeah,
at Meat Stock?
Yeah.
No, on a live stream.
On a live stream.
Oh, on a live stream. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a blessing. I just absolutely love Melissa. She's awesome. Melissa and I met a few years back, actually, and I put her through we met. She did a bodybuilding competition, a bikini competition. I introduced her to the carnivore diet. Her life has just really taken off since that time. So it was a fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she's one of if you go to the website, she's one of the testimonials on the website. And, her transformation was incredible. Here he is, the man of the hour.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah. He'll be back in a second.
Okay, that's what that was.
Yeah, let me, next question. Cookie Carter, what does your day's meal plan look like? I'm curious also, what would a man's meal plan look like versus a female's meal plan, if there's a difference?
Okay, so now for body composition, I like to...
First, what does your day
first and then those other ones.
my day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now that I'm traveling, and I don't really have access to the type of food that I'm familiar with back at home in my own house. There's no scales, there's none of that. There's no where I access my meat is not available here. So my best bet, especially with around Asia, I'm very careful. So I typically do one meal a day, and get this, guys, it's in the morning for breakfast. And I go to the buffet. I go to the buffet downstairs, and I just choose all the carnivore foods. So typically this morning it was 6 eggs. It was ground beef. They had ground beef. It was smoked salmon, chicken thighs, and I believe there was also some Greek yogurt afterwards. So I eat a big meal, as much as I could fit inside a 30 to 45-minute window, and then I typically fast for the rest of the day. Now, I can tell you that makes a massive difference for those who do one meal a day and flip it and do it in the evening as opposed to the morning hours. That makes a big difference. You tend to feel the hunger a lot more doing one meal a day for breakfast than it is one meal a day at nighttime. So for fat loss, the further away you push your meal from dinner, the more body fat you burn, especially during sleep.
Oh, so you're saying it's good to eat it at breakfast. You're saying
yes,
preferably it's to eat breakfast, but you're hungry during the day?
You will be hungry during the day. There's no doubt about it. But like I tell all my clients, hunger keeps you younger.
Okay. Nice.
Well, it makes sense if you have your breakfast. And I usually don't have breakfast. Today was an exception because I've been up since like 3:30. And it's almost 3 hours. So I had some beef in the refrigerator. I already ate a piece of beef this morning, straight out of the refrigerator, just cut it up in pieces. And I usually don't have breakfast. But once you eat in the morning, if you think about this, 8 hours later, you're still awake and you will probably have some hunger. If you eat at 4 p.m., 8 hours later, it's midnight and you're probably in bed. So you don't feel the hunger when you're sleeping. So
the challenge for the one meal a day, is getting, particularly females, getting them to consume sufficient protein. So if you're notorious for under eating in protein, and then you do a one at one, don't go doing this right now, because I only, and I see it time and time again, and the females that come to see me for fat loss, we do a dietary recall, and lo and behold, they're severely under eating in protein. And so they're wondering, why am I dropping all this body fat if I'm eating so little? And precisely because of metabolic adaptation. So if you if you have a history of not eating enough food, and now you try and do a 1 meal a day, you don't have no business doing 1 meal a day. You have to have the gut to sensibility. You have to have the capacity to be able to not just eat and assimilate, but digest more protein in one sitting. So typically for females, I tend to do 3 meals a day, and then we might break it down to 2 meals, providing they don't compromise their total calorie intake for the day. Because if that goes, then now we're not getting the protein that we need. So rule number one, Greek, proto, first, primary importance in Greek, right? Protein. So rule number one, you've got to get the sufficient protein in. If you can do that in a smaller, tighter eating window, all credit to you, great. Okay, so I need to stress that. It's important. Just because I do 1 meal a day, it's because I can, and I have the ability. I can consume anywhere between 150 to 200 grams of dietary protein inside 1 hour. But I also have a lot more muscle. I have a lot more muscle mass to my frame. I'm 100, what am I? I'm 210 pounds, and I'm about 10, 11% body fat. So I have a lot of muscle to my frame. I've been doing this for a very long time. It definitely is as individual as it may come. All right. So I stress rule number one is to get your protein in. And clients will say, Anthony, but I can't eat that much protein. Well, let's have a look. Are you giving the body a reason to want more protein? How do you mean, Anthony? Well, are you training with weights? No. Well, that's exactly why you're not actually wanting more protein. So train with weights, give the body a signal to want more protein. And as you get hungrier, that's a telltale sign that you are overcompensating, that you are building muscle, and thus you will be able to assimilate more protein.
Great. Good morning, Dr. Kiltz.
Technical difficulties.
Welcome
You're
back.
here.
I'm here.
It's okay.
Good morning. All's
Morning.
good.
Hey, you look very familiar to me. You look like the guy that I met in Melbourne.
My brother, how's it going?
It's good to see you. Good to see you.
Always good to see you, Anthony.
Excellent, man.
Cool.
Excellent.
Let's get some more questions.
Yeah.
Here you go. Which country is next on the tour, mate?
Cool. Next on the tour. So let me just give you a rundown so far. We've done Singapore, Japan, Korea, South Korea, that is. Next will be Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So we're flying there on Saturday. And then from there, it'll be Bali. And then it'll be home for 2 weeks. And then it'll be Bali, India, Switzerland, I believe some other place. I think Cyprus as well. So
Are you working? I mean, you're working because you have your online business, but or is this
I'm
like
always-
vacation? You're always working.
I'm always working. I have to stress I'm going back to sell everything that I possess. Cars, houses, furniture,
Wow.
the lot. I literally just have a couple of bags and a laptop. And that's basically all I have. I'm going to be a homeless carnivore for quite some time now. So
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
it's
So you're
really
going to
cool.
work on the road and you're going to travel.
Travel, work on the road, meet the people. You'd be surprised when you go out and meet new people how alike we all are.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fascinating going from culture to culture. The Japanese are among the most disciplined, orderly humans on the planet. I'll tell you a story. You might be standing at a pedestrian crossing and it's red, and crossing over is within 3 or 4 yards to the other side.
Sure.
Not one will cross over. If it's red, it means red. Don't go 3 or 4 yards. Now, when one person does it and another one follows, then everybody does it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's fascinating how orderly it is. I was in Singapore. I never felt safer in any other place than Singapore.
Oh, it's apparently the safest on the planet, Singapore.
It is.
Apparently.
There were a couple of ladies that left their wallets, their purses, their phones, everything at the table. We're at this eatery, and Singaporeans are known to eat late it was 10:30 at night. I'm doing a video about, I was seeing some skewers, and there was a lady, and I was just about to tell her, you've left your bags, and my videographer said, no, we're in Singapore. I'm like, wow. Amazing.
That's amazing.
Mm.
Let's do the next one. It's oh my gosh again. Anthony,
Okay.
use a person's height for grams of protein intake. Do you use the same method for fat intake? What would that be for women? Thanks.
Yeah,
Heaps.
great question. So I need to stress there are a few measurements for dietary protein. I use 3. One of them is 1 gram per centimeter in height. Another one is I determine their lean body mass in kilograms multiplied by 2.4. And the third one is 0.7 grams of protein per pound of target body weight. That's the 3 that I use. Okay. Now, as far as fat is concerned, it'll vary from person to person, so we have to be careful with this. And I typically start it as a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning whatever I set the protein, I would set the fat, but I don't just start it there. And I need to stress this. If someone's been heavily under eating and then you throw in just a colossal amount of dietary fat, you've heard of the term priming before, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So priming is this, for those who are not familiar, priming is this process whereby we put the body into a hypercaloric state via a lot more dietary fat, and either A, fat loss takes place, or B, fat gain takes place. So you've got to be careful when you introduce the fat. And I would work with a 1-to-1 ratio, but I would start it based on where my client's dietary recall is at. So they do a 3-day dietary recall, and on average, I find out that they're eating 70, 80 grams of protein. Well, the first goal is to meet a protein goal, right? And we aim for the lowest. Out of the 3, I aim for the lowest echelon. So, for example, if they're eating 80 grams of protein, and we find out that the lean body mass, as far as protein, is 110 grams as the targeted amount, then I would slowly aim for a protein goal. And then wherever their fat goal is, I would bring it up to match 1-to-1 ratio of protein to fat. Then, of course, it's all about data. It's having a look at, for body composition, is what are the photos showing every 2 weeks? What's the scale doing? And what are the measurements doing, the girth measurements? If they're not going down, typically I do 2 things. I raise the fat higher, and I raise output even higher. So it's a double boost. More out, more in. Yeah, it's a delicate dance.
Even though you're prioritizing protein, you're keeping the fat high. I mean, you're not going high protein, low fat.
No.
You're keeping that high, that amount of fat that you're suggesting either equal or higher than the protein.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a delicate balance to see how the individual responds. If we're finding we're getting runnier stools, we bring the fat down a little bit. Okay. If I'm finding the opposite happens, they're actually getting harder stools, we raise the fats up a little bit more. So that's the balance. And I like to keep food high and output high. So I'm a big fan of doing more as far as output. I try and take clients away from the individual who's struggling to lose body fat and really redefine the philosophy that you are an athlete who needs to fuel for the workouts. No athlete ever has to question body composition. Athletes eat in a manner to fuel their workouts to perform better and get better results. And body composition happens to come for the ride as a result.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Are all human beings essentially athletes?
No. And athletes are not an athlete, first things first, there is an age category for athletes. Typically, it's between 18 to 30. If you think about most athletes, anything beyond 35, unless you're doing, I don't know, golf, or if you're doing darts, but for the most part, ideal body composition for athletes is between 18 to 30, maybe 35. But human beings are not athletes. It's something that goes beyond our capabilities.
I'm 70. I'm at the gym every day. Am I an athlete?
No, you go to the gym every day.
I'm doing athletic work every day.
Yes. Yes.
So okay, so you're defining an athlete as a particular type of human being, age category, is that what you said?
Well, if you look across the board, competitive athletes on the planet, people that do it for a living, there is a certain age category. Typically, it's between 18 to 30 to 35. That's what you find with athletes. And they train for performance for the most part, unless you're a bodybuilder who trains for aesthetics. And let's face it, they are categorizing bodybuilding as a sport, even though I don't believe it is much of a sport, but they call themselves athletes. So yeah, I find that if you shift away from aesthetics into performance, and this is going out to especially women, because women constantly focus on the scale, they're constantly looking in the mirror, and I try and take them away from that into just getting stronger. Focus on getting stronger. And when you start doing that, when you shift the focus away from aesthetics into quantitative data, like getting better from workout to workout, giving yourself enough fuel to go out and crush it in the gym and beat your previous best, which is exactly what athletes do. This is where I'm sort of getting people to start taking the identity of an athlete.
So you're working with competitive people in the competitive world as the definition of your athletic group to work on and help improve, right? But ultimately, all human beings fit into that.
Yes.
All human beings, because we have bones that are moved by muscle and fueled by fat. And each and every one of us that are listening, watching around the globe fit into this and should consider themselves an athlete, because ultimately work requires motion. True work requires motion and a strong bones, strong muscles, healthy environment, which your recommendations are helping any and all of us find.
The best example I like to use are horses. Horses, there are horses and there are thoroughbreds. Okay, not every horse becomes a thoroughbred. There is a big difference between a racing horse and a standard horse. So something has to happen. The everyday human beings, they're not all athletes. They can become athletes, but by default, as they are, I mean, think of an everyday horse. They have the potential of becoming a thoroughbred if they get trained, if they get fueled correctly, if they get the right type of training that they need to then perform as a thoroughbred. By all definition, yes.
Which looks like a familiar website. All of us can be anything we choose to be at any age based on our mindset.
Totally.
And helping us all be healthier at any age, because that's been one of our, because how many bodybuilders or athletes look like they did in their prime athletic time?
Not many.
Infinitely small.
Very small.
And like our good friend Maggie, the rancher, who's 80?
80, more than 80 now, maybe 82.
She's turning 85. She's turning
85.
Yeah, she's turning 85.
You know, what I hope we're all sharing is ways that we can all stay that way because the majority of people that lose weight to look physically acceptable in the bodybuilding world or the show world, like a thoroughbred, is small in comparison to the mass number. But what we're doing is working to help people be inspired to stay there always.
So
Because
I have a question. I'm sorry, finish your thought.
I just want to do it. So ultimately, there's a sense of giving up on so many of us.
Yeah.
And
by the way, there's a great book. There's a great book called Bruce Lipton. Bruce Lipton wrote the book, The Biology of Belief.
Biology of Belief.
A phenomenal book because it actually it shows circumstantial. It shows a cause and effect relationship between our perception of the environment and how that impacts the DNA. So those who believe, if you are saying words, I'm getting too old for this, well, your DNA is going to match your perspective. Oh, there we go.
The Mind is the Master by James Allen, which is every book guys have written. I think we're all here to inspire each and every human being around the globe to be their very best and not let anyone's limits on who and what I am. But because you individually, and I'm talking about each and every human being around the globe listening to this today, tomorrow, or in 5,000 years, that they, like Bruce Lipton has written and studied amazingly, that you are what you think you are. And don't let anyone's... Go ahead, Dr. Nelson. Sorry about that. I apologize being late. Technical difficulties. Trying to keep me offline today.
So these few comments bring up the question. Obviously, at different ages, different types of training intensity and exercises and weight. So talk to us a little bit about someone who is 70, 80, 85, 60, maybe that range. In general, of course, you could go down the rabbit hole with an individual, but 60 to 80, what will be the general suggestions for training to stay at least strong or to build up muscle and strength?
Yes, and I could speak from experience because my oldest, at the moment, my most mature client is 87, and they haven't lifted a weight in their life. And then I've got people coming to see me in their mid-60s who've been lifting all this time. So it really depends on what platform I'm getting to start with. If I've got somebody who's never lifted before, I tend to want to start. I do want them to get into the gym, and I give them a beginner workout, which usually evolves around machines. Machines are a lot safer. They have a fixed groove pattern. They don't... you don't need much coordination to stabilize and coordinate individual objects. So I would start them with machines, and I would not train them to failure initially for the first few weeks until we can start building neurological efficiency, getting their nervous system to respond. And as they do that, and as they get better and better, then we would, again, the rule of thumb is simple. To have more, you've got to become more. You lift the same, you look the same. So once they start becoming savvier, after 4 or 5 weeks, then we would probably start going into more of the higher intensity type training. And again, it's still full body, depending on their recovery, minimum twice a week. Might be a Monday or a Thursday, a Wednesday or a Saturday. I get them twice a week into the gym and just stimulate their muscles, 1 exercise per muscle group, 2 or 3 working sets initially. And then as they get neurologically efficient, then over time, as they get better at the movement pattern, then I would start training them closer to what we call momentary muscular failure.
All right. Do we have more questions, Alia?
Tons of questions.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Julia, any ideas on how to train yourself to, like, anyone can answer this one, beef fat and steaks, having a hard time eating the fat. It's texture thing, it seems. Just don't like it at all. Dr. Kills is going to have an answer.
Lions that don't eat fat become meat. No,
Dr. Kills. There are people, and I may have someone in this household who, no matter what, don't want to see any red on the meat. They don't want to eat any fat on the meat, and just completely no, I won't do it. What do you do?
You want to be healthy, or you want to do what you want to do? You want to be an athlete? You got to do the work.
Yeah.
Is it true we only eat cells of animals or plants, and every cell comes with fat, amino acids, and sugars? And so when we say protein, don't we really mean lean meat? And we may be not completely true. Can you eat plant proteins without an industrial production?
If you eat plants, I mean, they do contain some protein, and you're eating plant proteins. You know, you're eating plants. They include a lot of carbohydrates, some protein, and some fat or oil. So they do have them. I don't think they're the healthiest for us because they come with the oxalate, phytates, and lectins, and all this long list of anti-nutrients.
Keep going. I'm listening. This is really, really good.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah,
Okay.
But the answer is yeah. We eat proteins from plants.
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead.
What are everyone's thoughts on lymphatic drainage as a daily routine? Anthony, what do you think?
So I think lymphatic drainage does play a role, particularly with people who suffer from edema, people that have issues with excess adiposity, even lack of blood flow. It's one area, but it should not be isolated exclusively. There needs to be a combination of things. There needs to be strength training. There needs to be myofascial release. There needs to be some mobility work. All sorts of things need to be not just isolated. So I'm all for it, but it's not one area that should be treated by itself. Like I think I've had clients who've excess cellulite, and doing lymphatic drainage helped dramatically, providing it wasn't treated exclusively to solve a problem. Okay, i.e. they were training with weights, i.e. they were doing mobility work and other areas to treat the issue.
Integrate some techniques integrated with your routine.
That's correct. We seem to try and find that one size fits all, or just try and find the holy grail to one area. Maybe it needs to be approached from multiple areas. If I'm dealing with somebody who's got lower back issues, I can tell you right now, a weak lower back is if you're experiencing a lower back issues, it's a sign of weakness right there. And the very thing that people are avoiding is the problem. The solution to their problem is the problem by avoiding training the lower back. Hey, hold on. I just told you the reason why you have lower back issues is because your lower back is weak. We have to attack it. So it's just one area. It might be through strength training. I might get them to do some active release work. I might get them to do some myofascial release. It might be some psoas major, which is a hip muscle. Release that. There are so many areas. We can't just target it from one little area. So to bring it all around, I think lymphatic drainage is great. Again, what's the reason behind it? And don't treat it in isolation.
Good. Stephanie Boyd. Anthony, how much daily protein would a 69-year-old woman who lifts weights and weighs 115 pounds, I guess, need? Need. Yeah, there's need in there.
Yeah. Again, going back to the original recommendations, start where you're at. Do a 3-day dietary recall and just eat to satiety based on that. Calculate the total that you have. And then wherever you're at, I would say at 115 pounds, I would choose either 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, between 0.7 and 1 gram per pound, or 2.4 grams of protein per kilogram of lean body mass.
When you say protein, how do I shop for protein?
How do you shop for protein?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
What am
mean?
I buying when I'm buying protein?
Oh, so for me, and this is a great question because for the audience listening, I deal in the body composition space, and I have to battle every single day with flexible dieters, people who eat food-like substances, create calorie deficits, and get into a ridiculously great shape, and think just because they're in shape, there must be the authority in the industry. But I stress that it's a lot easier to meet a protein goal when you are combining both plants and animal-derived protein. So, for example, if somebody's eating, I don't know, usually it's oatmeal for breakfast with some protein powder or whatever, they've got 10, 15 grams of protein found in oatmeal, and they would classify that into their dietary protein goal. But for me, when I'm talking about protein, I'm talking about complete amino acids, so complete protein sources. So which are exclusively from animal protein.
Food, so a food that is a complete protein.
Yeah, so top of the list would be beef, eggs. From there, it would be I would work down based on what my client likes to eat or what they enjoy to eat. But typically it's red meat, eggs, and then salmon. My top three are red meat, eggs, and salmon. That's the top three for me. And then we can go into the monogastrics of pork. By the way, the pork in Southeast Asia is unbelievable. The quality of the pork here is second to none. I eat exclusively pork here, and I never used to like it because it had in Australia, again, this is not a judgment call, this is an observational call, but the pork in Australia, it just smelled and tasted very porky. I don't know how else to explain it. But the meat of the pork here, it's almost just godsend. It's just incredible. So yeah, but on top of the list would be red meat.
And in general, a particular cut of red meat or fat, white stuff to lean stuff ratio. Can you comment on that?
I like to, my ideal would be a fattier cut. And this again comes down to budget really for people, but my number 1, 2 is ribeye that I tend to go to. But then the fat needs to be a little higher than the protein content. So
or the lean muscle meat.
Yeah.
Right? Because so when we say protein, you're talking about lean muscle meat versus fat, right? That's what we're talking about. I just want to clarify so everyone knows because we don't shop for protein, we shop for lean meat or fatty meat, which all contain some protein, some fats, and some sugars, technically. Right?
Nobody knows exclusively. I mean, if you're trying to get a protein goal, nobody knows exclusively how much protein exactly is in a piece of meat. You get I mean, even different calorie tracking apps.
I think that's his point.
Yeah, you don't know. Nobody knows.
Right. So because you eat cells of animals, and every cell of every animal and every plant and every bug, every bacteria contains a phospholipid bilayer, embedded proteins, and embedded sugars, which are natural and normal to every cell of existence. And so when we talk about fat, we're talking about white stuff, really, right? And are there proteins in fat?
Is this a rhetorical question?
Well, a little bit, just for educational purposes, for everyone to know that you eat adipose cells if it's raw, but if it's cooked, it's rendered.
Mhm.
And you may not be getting the same functional protein, amino acid, sugar, or fatty acid ratios technically,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
I find interesting. So could a vegetarian, a vegan, can they build muscle?
Yes. Yes. I've trained vegans, and they can build muscle.
And so we can get it from a plant-based diet, technically, right?
Yes.
Is it
Because
sustainable?
from my experience, there is a cutoff point depending on how long someone's been on that particular way of eating, and it's somewhere between 7 to 15 years.
Now, when you say you can, vegan, you train vegans, and are these vegans eating whole foods only, or are they adding a bunch of powdered protein shakes and
So
things like that?
the vegans that I've worked with are typically eating whole food, plant-based. Yeah. And the missing link, the way that I like to have worked is not to change their diet too much, but just to incorporate the next variable, which is training, because they weren't training. And what builds muscle is a stimulus. You need a training stimulus to grow muscle tissue. So
Yeah.
that's what made the difference for them. And of course, by just raising up, they would have things like tempeh, and they would eat tofu and edamame and a few other soy is another area that they would eat. So yeah.
So then, so these recommendations that you make on protein versus fat are basically guesstimations, more or less, like an
They're
estimate,
always,
because it's hard to actually determine.
even I don't know, even guys, even I don't know. When I deal with a client straight off the bat, we create a metabolic ward lock-in.
Yeah,
They become an N equals 1. Everybody's an individual. So we would start
right.
somewhere, and then I would throw a recommendation based on historically what I've seen to have worked in the past. And then we just make adjustments based on what the data is showing, what the photos are showing, how they're asking the questions, are they recovering from workouts? Are they progressively overloading? When I'm looking at their photos, I'm not just looking, it's so funny because a client will send me two photos 2 weeks apart, and they'll focus on their stubborn sites, right? Particularly, if I'm dealing with women that they focus straight away on the thigh. See, told you nothing's changed, and they don't because they're looking at the area where the fat is going to come the last. Whereas I'm looking at things like postural alignment. I'm looking at muscle fiber dexterity. I'm looking at skin. I'm looking at other areas. They're not looking exactly just where the body fat is that they want to lose. You see, so I make adjustments based on the data that I see every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get the next question. Do you know if the meetups are recorded and posted online? I don't know. Like
The
Melissa's.
meetups.
I guess you're talking about Melissa's meetups.
Oh yes. Are they posted online? As in, like, are they available?
Like on
Did we
YouTube or
record them?
something?
Yeah.
I believe they're not. I think they're just live events. They're just live events. I know that they're recorded. I'm not sure if they're televised anywhere though. Yeah. I hope I answered that question.
You did. All right, this is for
Okay.
Dr. Kiltz. J Bud, curiosity question for Dr. Kiltz. I noticed in your recent short that when you broke your fast, you had cooked food. Wondering why not raw meat if that's what you eat primarily. Thanks, Doc.
I mostly do rare to raw. And yes, let's see. Sometimes, when I broke my fast, I did bone broth with egg drop in it and some burgers from the freezer in an air fryer with some butter, and that was what I broke my fast with. It's just what I did. But I do love raw meat, raw burger, raw beef, dry aged. I don't eat chicken, fish, or turkey of any significance or frequency.
There you go. Oh, we lost Anthony.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Next question.
They're all mostly for Anthony. Questions for
Let's
Anthony.
go ahead with the question. I guess we'll figure it out, right?
Cordelia asks if she reviews hormone blood work for her client. Hey, oh, here we go. Oh, sorry.
You have a drink.
Okay. Cordelia wanted to know if you review hormone blood work for your client training.
Yes, I do. Yes, I require like a full hormonal panel, and we'll have a look at certain things. Just like a mechanic looks under the hood, right? So there's certain things I look into, particularly things like vitamin D status, which is the biggest one I look at, and then red blood cell count and magnesium, and then we just go from there. But the answer is yes.
There you go. Okay, next question. Carnivore Cash. A male friend, 64, on blood pressure meds, is 48 days carnivore, still having diarrhea. He has 4 eggs and 1 gallon of water using pink salt. Tips. Is that all he's eating? That's a question.
Yeah.
Any tips for diarrhea?
Well, how many days? 48 days. I'll tell you right off the bat, I've had, from my experience, clients have it up to 90 days.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've had clients, and there's at one point we were manipulating around with the fat, and that didn't change it at all. But I really do feel it may come down to the history of it could be a combination of their unique response, physiological response, the history of the type of foods they were eating prior to carnivore, any pre-existing conditions that may have led them to do carnivore. But there's a myriad of things. But just so you know, 48 days is not even. Yeah, I've had people longer than that. I've had 90.
Yeah. Also, some
wow.
people don't realize that salt can be a laxative. So if they're drinking a lot of electrolytes with the water, they may actually be caught, it may be having a laxative effect. If you look at some of the formulations that a gastroenterologist uses to do a colonoscopy, a complete clean out, some of them are sodium based.
Yes. So. Good call.
Or excessive amounts of magnesium as well, sometimes.
So we've got 8 minutes left. This hour went really fast. Wow.
Did.
Anthony, do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. So if you go to YouTube and just look up my name, Anthony Phaesse, Phaess, you'll be able to see all the podcast interviews with certain doctors, and then my YouTube channel is there as well. Check out some of the recent ones. Check out the one from Singapore. Check out the one in Osaka. They're really cool. They're all like, I just go look for the best meat at nighttime, all these cool little markets. You guys will enjoy it. So
awesome. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And I just put it into the chat. Or it's gonna get there in a second.
And I stress the videography in my I travel with my videographer. He is blessed. The gentleman, he does Netflix quality production stuff. Like when you get onto it, there is no way you won't watch it from start to finish, because he just captivates you. His angles, the audio, this cinematography, the whole lot. Maybe you might want to start with the 6 a.m. Yeah, so if you scroll down, just go to videos for a second. See that one, my carnivore morning routine? Look, just scroll that down a little bit. Just have a look at
Dr. Nelson.
Hold on.
Just that one there. So have a look. Just watch. Just give it 1 second. That's bacon and eggs. But just have a look. Just quickly, the cinematography kick in now. Ready? This is at the Adelaide Hills.
Oh wow!
It really is. It's just unbelievable.
So you're gonna sell your horses?
They're actually the horses. They're not mine. They're thoroughbred horses, by the way. But other people own them on the ranch there, and they come and they just feed them every morning. But I'm in a tiny home on a 112 acre place. It's a
oh,
and
wow.
I'm gonna miss that place so much. But I think it's time to sort of leave the nest for a little while. So
Fun.
Dr. Kiltz, I might come and do a meetup with you.
You
Do
come
it.
to Sarasota, come hang out at my house here. And we'll
Do a
some stuff in the
podcast.
studio. We'll do a podcast
I'll
together.
organize it.
100%, or upstate New York, or Irvine,
whichever.
California. We got
Whichever.
West Coast, Northeast, and Southeast. Love to do it with you, brother.
Blessed decisions. I can't wait to see you.
What inspires you to help others and travel the world and sacrifice much of the standard things people are looking for in life?
That is such a great question. I believe I'm on this planet to help humanity, to instill some of my knowledge and some of, I guess, my experience. But I'll tell you what it is. 4 words, right? Grow me, serve you. In 4 words. Grow me, serve you. Meaning, I want to do the best I can to grow myself as a person in a way that I could use that knowledge or that experience to now serve you with it. And I'll get a bit esoteric with you all, but what I give to another, I give to myself. What I fail to give to another, I fail to give to myself. So I think for me, the opportunity to go out and travel the world and meet people and help people actually is what feeds me the most, because I think we're all the same, and in a room full of people, there's only one person. There's one energy expressing itself through different matter, giving us the illusion of separation.
You mentioned Bruce Lipton, biology of belief. Where does faith and spirituality fit into your model of helping heal our brothers and sisters?
I mean, I believe in God. Some people call it something different. They might call it Allah. They might call it Yahweh. They might call it whatever resonates best with them. It might be universe, pure love, infinite intelligence, whatever resonates best with you. But I believe in a higher power, and it's to that higher power that I speak with and do and co-create with every single day. I start with gratitude every morning, and that intelligence that makes this whole thing work, whatever you want to call that. I do have the faith. And what is faith? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things we cannot see. Someone says, well, believe it when I see it, but faith comes around and says, no. You got to believe it first, and then you will see it.
You see but what you believe you see, because nothing's out there.
That's right. And I must add, on top of that, everything you see outside is a projection of you. The outside is a major reflection of what's going on the inside. The imagination is the birthplace of all creation. There is nothing around you that you see that was not once an imagination. Your life is a perfect reflection of that. This life that I'm living right now, I imagined it 18 months ago, and I was already living it way before it even happened. So really, how you see the world is exactly how the world will be.
Awesome.
All things are but what you think they are. Hit the button, Alia. That's why as a man thinketh, and James Allen, Eckhart Tolle, Neville Goddard, the ancients, and I'm listening and reading our brothers and sisters around the globe, and traveling the globe and sharing a message, and helping each and every one of us. Grow me, serve you. I think those are great words that you've spoken to help all of us.
Well, Neville Goddard said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Get to a place where if we tend to only feel a certain way in the physical realm. In order for us to feel it, first we have to experience it. But in the quantum field, in order to experience it, first you have to feel it. So you need to feel it before you experience it. That's how it should work. But really, we're waiting for the outside, and the outside is the reflection of the inside. So once you change the inside, everything else changes.
JC was the magic of all of that wisdom that shared with all of us around the globe. No matter what your religion or belief in that higher power, it doesn't matter, because we're all the same. We're all spiritual, and we're capable of all things. Every thought has electromolecular energy, and I'm sure for many people listening, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne is one of those books that really brings all of these thought leaders, spiritual leaders, and ultimately the physical is purely developed by the spiritual, and you are but what you think you are, and at any age, it doesn't matter. Be what you wish to be. So what did
Juliet win?
Juliet Marie
She won a t-shirt and a baseball cap. That's what she won today. Yeah, Kilts My Tribe. Hey,
Awesome.
congratulations. Email me, alia@drkilts.com. I'm going to change my background so it has my email here. So everyone will know what it is forever.
Today
I can't change my background.
Today at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time, we have Anthony Haydock. Today's Anthony Day.
Anthony.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. Must be a St. Anthony Day or something today.
Anthony
That's
Haydock
great.
with
It's such a pleasure.
Great
Thank
story.
you so much.
No, it really is a pleasure. I feel like I come back home every time we chat on these. So thank you for having me for a second time. It's so nice. Anytime you want to tune in the future, I'm more than happy to be on this show with you guys. I really enjoyed it. So
Awesome. Us too.
around the world, my brother. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm looking forward to doing a meetup with you, Dr. Kiltz, and that'll be a great one. Okay, so
all around the world, absolutely. Just
take care.
Love it. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a
Bye,
great.
everybody.